Good morning. It is Monday. We're starting a whole new day, and it is icy and cold outside. I don't know about you guys, but I am bundled up drinking my coffee. I plan on having a nice, toasty, warm day. And so, just going to have a moment of some real talk here. I was taking my morning off and scrolling social media, checking out what my friends are doing, looking, see if anyone has any ice pictures and snow pictures. And I ran across a post that just really disturbed me on a deep level. And I'm not going to point fingers or mention names, but this post came from a person who purports themselves to be, I don't know, maybe a kind of a self-help person. This person is continuously making posts that would seem as if maybe they were coming from a place of intelligence, because they're long, lengthy posts about self-help and how to improve yourself. And periodically I see this person also posting relationship advice. And I get tickled at the post sometimes because some of it is ridiculous. Like it's just such a ridiculous level. And I try not to comment on things like that, because that's how drama gets started and that's how you get yin back and forth. But today, this post, like I said, it really disturbed me because it hit me, I guess, because of how I've spent my life and how many years I spent putting myself down. I didn't need anybody else to put me down, because I put myself down. I felt like, and I've spoken on this before about how, I had years feeling like I wasn't good enough. And this person, the post was about how to choose someone to date. And it went into great detail about how you make a list of the 20 most important things to you. Then you check off the 5 that are the total deal breakers. Then you go in and you alter your list this way and that way. And basically you end up with, I guess, something you can live with. What a horrible, horrible thing to do. What a horrible way to make someone feel like they were what you narrowed down on a list of what you could live with. This kind of blew my mind a little bit, because obviously that's judging people like they're in a cattle auction. Like you've got a clipboard with a list that you're checking off this and that, and this person's good enough, that person's good enough. Oh wait, well this person, they don't put the toilet seat down, they're off my list. This person is an inch and a half too short, so we're kicking them off the list. Let's see, this person didn't finish high school, so they're kicked off the list. I mean, it just blew my mind that people are actually that shallow, and that they think that that is the way to choose a relationship. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here trying to give relationship advice. The only thing that I know and that I stand firm on, and I know this from experience of what not to do, is that when two people put God first, then there is nothing in their relationship that won't work. God's not going to pair you with someone and then not let it work. So if you put God first, if that's your focus, if that's what you're doing, then everything else falls into place, because God takes us and he makes us the best possible version of ourselves if we just let him. But that wasn't even the point of this little message today. What I wanted to tell you is that social media, everything, everywhere you look, it's filled with things to make you think that you're not good enough. But each and every single one of us was formed by God's hands. He formed us. He made us. He knows us individually, and God doesn't make mistakes. So I don't care what society tries to tell you, you're not a mistake. There's nothing wrong with you. God does not look at us and make a list and check off on this list what our education is, what our financial status is, how many mistakes we've made. God's not keeping up with any of that. Only humans do those kind of bogus things and make other people feel like they're not good enough. So anytime you're in doubt, there are plenty of scriptures you can read that will make you feel better. Something I chose today is in Psalms chapter 139. I'm going to start with verse 13. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. You think about it. When you knit, how careful and meticulous everything has to go together, or you'll have a hole or an empty spot, or it'll unravel. And it says that God knit you together in your mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. See, God already knows that we're complex. If we were all the same, we'd be boring. If none of us ever did things differently, we would be boring. And who's to say that you're different is wrong? Who's to say that somebody else is different is right? We are all wonderfully made and wonderfully made complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. God was there. He formed you. He made you. Before you even took your first breath, God had already put his hand on you. That's such a great thought to me. That really, I don't know, it just makes me feel good to think about it that way. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you are still with me. That's so wonderful to think about. God doesn't have a checklist. He's not walking around with a clipboard to see what you did today or yesterday or last night or this morning. He doesn't check to see if you fixed your hair or put on makeup. He doesn't care if you went to the gym. He doesn't care how many numbers were on your paycheck. God made you beautiful and perfect just the way you are. And if you're hanging around with people that are making you feel less than perfect, it's time to change who you're hanging out with. God loves you, so do I. You guys have a wonderful, warm, toasty, icy day, and I'll see you later. Bye.